Welcome back to episode 28 of Blue-Lusional. We are here despite, the odds being against us.
Always.
Internet being down, or the service we use to record being down. I'm sure you all know there's like a huge outage of, what is it, AWS?
AWS.
Yeah. So we're fighting with that. So hopefully you see this episode. Only time will tell.
We'll find out in a bit.
We'll find out. But we're going to get right into it because we're obviously going to spend a little bit more time on this topic that I'm introducing this week, which is the No Kings recap. I was there, boots on the ground. I was at the Orlando protest. It was so fun. It was really fun. It's weird to say that a protest is fun because the reason we are protesting is not fun. But when you are like isolated in a little bubble of like the internet and you're like, does anybody outside my phone agree with me? Like, does the lady next to me at the coffee shop feel the same way? Where are my people at? There are people in Orlando, okay? There were thousands in Orlando. And maybe I didn't personally see any counter-protestors. I was like in the bubble, like listening to all the speeches, but I did see back on video there was like one or two, which is so funny that one or two showed up. And that was what seemed to be the thing across the spectrum, was like one or two counter-protestors.
Barely any. And listen, you can't count bots as supporters.
Yeah, you can't. But I think we ended up they're still figuring out the final count, but it's anywhere between, I believe, 2 to 7 million.
I believe it's 7 right now, but I think it's
I know the number's continuing to climb, so throughout the week we'll get it. But the first one was between 1 and 3 million.
Last time was 5
in here in the United States.
In America,
it was 1 to 3, and I think 5 if you counted all the other countries. But here we doubled that.
A lot of people saying they were running into Republicans.
A lot of people are waking up, and it's becoming more and more clear. And I think a lot of people are less scared of going to protests after the first one was pretty much peaceful, and then this one was 100% peaceful on our side, 100% peaceful. And so I think even more people will come out in the future, because I do think the one thing that holds a lot of people back from going to physical protests is that they're afraid that it's going to get violent. And then there are a lot of people that are like, ICE is going to be there. If I am not white, I am a target, so I'm not going to go. And like, that is why we tell everybody, if you're white like myself, to use your privilege to be a voice for somebody who doesn't feel comfortable going. And I felt that. It was a boy, 30 to 60-year-old white women showed the fuck out. Everywhere I looked, I was surrounded. The white ladies are done.
Ladies are pissed.
The white ladies are pissed. They brought their dogs. Their dogs are pissed. They're pissed. It's just crazy. You think you're going to see a very certain demographic there, and it's pretty much, you think you're going to see people around our age and younger. The boomers have been showing up and showing out. Do not get it twisted.
Said we got to do this again.
It was really peaceful. The organizers were great. They had everybody there. It's downtown. I'm sure it's the same with most protests. They didn't like shut down streets for this. There was still normal traffic happening. So trying to get people across the street and make sure everything stays peaceful. They were great. It was peaceful, 100%. And so then I get home and I'm like, let me see. You're in your own bubble. You get home, you're like, what happened elsewhere? So I'm looking, and it's just like peaceful. There were a couple agitators. I saw somebody, and of course it's always the pickup trucks, guys. Always the pickup trucks. Somebody hit somebody on their bike. The guy was riding a bike with a Palestinian flag. He got hit, and cops immediately came over. Everybody had it on video. Case closed. Yeah. They followed that man out of there with the sirens on. And there was a MAGA woman who pointed her gun at people because she felt threatened by inflatables.
Broadcasted.
Yeah, a lot of MAGA got pulled over for just stopping their car in the middle of the road. Lots of entitlement happening. They were like, keep it moving. Some guy chased people but ended up face planting not once but twice in the pursuit. and cracked his whole eyebrow open.
That one was Pedro Pascal meme. Just
It was never.
smiling.
He's just running, and his legs gave out, and he just
nothing happened to him.
And then he
just fell,
and he revved up again, and it was like he revved up but didn't move, and just it's so
face just leaking.
Face leaking. Some guy
10 out of 10.
got taken out in handcuffs. There's no video of what happened, but just the video of him in the handcuffs and everybody going, well.
Was it the Andrew guy? The one blagger dude?
No. He was just going around filming himself, being like, I'm here at this protest. But then he's like hyping it up. He's like, there's a lot of people here. There's so many people here. And then I'm here. Everyone was like, good for you. Good for you. But it's just very funny that the counter-protests were very minimal. It's so funny. But we proved a point. We proved a point that we're done as a collective and that we are willing to. Apparently we all don't have jobs, guys. So apparently none of us worked on Saturday. We didn't have anything better to do with our time.
George Soros paid everybody.
I should have said that. That actually is a good comeback. There's a lot of videos circulating that's like, do you guys have a job? And everyone's like, yes, I do have a job. I make more money than you, and I get Saturdays off.
And I get paid to protest.
But
I actually have 2 jobs.
Yeah, it was very funny. And, thank you guys all for, again, keeping it peaceful, even when there's agitators and people that want to make it violent. All of you were peaceful. Your signs were amazing. The energy was amazing. The inflatables were amazing. There was just a lot of camaraderie, and it's amazing to see. Even like days later, seeing some of the videos coming out, it's just so cool. And I wish we could have one every weekend just to continue to show up and make them uncomfortable, because they're uncomfortable. Want to know why they're uncomfortable? Because they couldn't let it slide. Trump immediately said, not a lot of people showed up. Not a lot of people showed up to support you, my dude. Not enough people showed up to support you, my dude. I would be more upset at the tens of people counter-protesting you, and tens is being generous. Tens of people is generous work from me.
He thought that was going to be his birthday turnout.
He did. And so what did he do? Threw a toddler tantrum, of course, and put out a AI video of him getting into a fighter jet as the pilot and literally shitting on protesters, specifically Harry.
With the crown on, too.
With the crown on his head, just to let you guys know.
But it didn't bother him.
No, it didn't bother him enough for him to tell the interns to make an AI video of him dropping shit on protesters. And that just sent people into a spiral. Harry was like, can some reporter or journalist ask him why he did that? Then JD Vance replied, I'll ask him in person. Okay.
Don't feed the trolls, Harry.
Yeah, and then Mike Johnson said he was just making a point. Is the point that he's shitting on America?
Or that he's a 14-year-old child? Which one is it? There's no in between there.
We'll wait.
He's either a 14-year-old prepubescent boy, or he's telling his true feelings that he's shitting on the people of America. Which one? There's no nuance there. There's no nuance.
In my mind, this is what happened, and instead, that is not what happened. And I will say, in the video, there's a lot of people at that protest.
There's a lot, yeah. So it's like, so was it little? Because you put a lot of people in your AI video, so you agree there were a lot of people.
Yeah, but the main point, guys, is that everyone who came on to the internet and was like, they're going to enact martial law or they're going to enact the Insurrection Act. That's happening. Point blank, period. Get ready. I need you all to come to the front. And I need you to take your goalpost and figure out where you're moving it next.
They keep doing this. That was clearly the fear tactic for No Kings. Hey, you guys come out. We're gonna do the Insurrection Act. We're gonna do it.
Be prepared to die.
We're gonna fucking kill you. We're gonna do it. And they don't have the military on their side.
Absolutely not, guys.
Because if they did, they would have did it. But they didn't.
The police officers were just riding around on their bikes. I really wanted to video them because at one point we passed one and he's just on his bike in a little alleyway on his phone. They were more upset that people were like not able to cross the street because of the inflatable costumes were so big. We weren't preparing for the amount of space they were going to take up. So it was like you cross the street and it's like, oh man, I couldn't get onto the crosswalk because so many inflatables.
A unicorn was in my way.
They were more mad about that than anything else. They were like, you guys just can't be in the road. And it's like, we're trying here, okay? We didn't plan for the spatial awareness that was going to happen when you're in inflatable costumes.
Yeah.
No Insurrection Act, no martial law, because they can't. When everybody's peaceful, they wanted all of us to be violent so they could do it. But the point of this was we said, we're not going to be violent. We're never violent. We are peaceful. Then you can't do it. And if they had said, yeah, we're going to enact the Insurrection Act, when everything's on video showing that there was the only violence came from MAGA counter-protests, the optics would have been so terrible that any judge would have thrown that out within a couple hours. They would have clocked right into work.
It's literally throwing a wrench in Project 2025 because 1000% when they were writing that shit up, they were like, oh, they're going to riot like they did during BLM. They're going to burn. They're going to throw shit. They're going to loot. We're going to have us just arresting black people on the streets. Look at that. We need to call the Insurrection Act. But now we're giving them fucking unicorns and frogs. And they're like,
this was not in the playbook.
Wait, where are the black people? Wait. No.
No.
The black people were supposed to be burning down the city. What the fuck are these unicorns here for? What is that guy? Why is that guy in a chicken costume? Like, and that's the thing too.
Why are they doing line dances?
Why are they doing the electric slide? Like they wrote down their plan, but they didn't account for human free will. And people pushing back. They believe with their whole fucking little micro dicks that they were like, they're just going to be subservient and the black people are going to rage the fuck out. That's what's going to happen.
We said, boy, do we have something for you.
And we said, oh, word, watch this. Like, and another thing, we'll get to that later. Well, you know what? We'll get to that, what I'm going to say later about the government shutdown. But that also not going according to plan.
No, it's not going according to plan. And yes, they definitely were not thinking that we were going to outsmart them and say, you obviously wrote Project 2025, but you know what I can do? I can read.
They thought we wouldn't read it.
Like, you guys literally gave a play-by-play and you thought we weren't smart enough to read it and go, oh, this is what you want to do, so we're not going to allow you to do it. You guys obviously in here say, we want black people to burn the city down again so we can say it's martial law and put the blame on you guys. So then everyone was like, okay, let's do the assignment. White people were going out and we're going out. We're not going to be violent and we're going to do everything we can to not be violent. So we're going to do the opposite. We're going to line dance in inflatable costumes because the optics. It was the same with the first No Kings. We just took a step further. The first No Kings, we told everybody to dress in like USA, red, white, and blue because the optics of you throwing tear gas at people holding the American flag and wearing a I Love America shirt looks terrible. And so we took a step farther because Oregon showed out and said, oh, if you throw tear gas at people dressed as unicorns, that's going to look so stupid. And you know it. So to everyone that's like, you guys are way too unserious, like things are really bad right now and you guys are just in the streets with inflatable costumes line dancing, like you're losing the plot. No, we're not losing the plot. We're outsmarting this administration.
It's all about narrative.
All about the narrative. We don't look dumb. We now look smart because they wanted it so bad. They wanted it. We're not saying they were never going to do it. We're just saying you guys are fear-mongering.
They want it.
It sounds like you guys want it when you say that, like it's happening. Martial law is happening. If you're going to No Kings, prepare to die. Be at peace. Make sure somebody's watching your animals because you're not coming home. Is crazy work.
Let's say that.
It is crazy work and you guys gotta stop. because we all understand the assignment and you guys are just like in your own corner, like in your bunker. Then go down into your bunker and stop talking. Just go
Like,
down
they're gonna
there
keep
and get ready.
they're gonna keep dangling it. But like we have to develop the pattern recognition of how he has been recently. That's what I'm going off of. As soon as they said Insurrection Act, the week of No Kings, I'm like, oh, okay, they're just trying to scare everybody. They're not going to do shit.
Yeah, they didn't want us to show up. It's the same thing with, in California,
Who's Taco?
250th anniversary of the Marines and them saying they're going to shoot off missiles. It was a scare tactic. And then they were like, you can't, no, you're not shutting down the highway that people are going to use to get to the protest. You're not doing that. And they're like, man, whatever.
They remembered my nickname is Taco.
So, all in all, amazing work to everybody who showed up. It was a really fun time. It was peaceful. You guys understood the assignment. And now we can move on to the People's Sick Day, right? Because we can take it a step farther now. Protests are great, don't get me wrong. But I think that we can take that next step and get a little bit more uncomfortable. And instead of just going on a day we don't work, why don't we just stay home on a day we do work?
Yeah. Use your PTO and
Sweet,
just chill
easier.
for 3 days. You don't have
get
to quit.
Sunburn, staying home.
Yeah. Just chill for 3 days. Just chill for 3 days.
Chill the fuck out for 3 days. You deserve it, queen. Period. You deserve it.
You deserve it. Okay? We've had a rough year. You deserve it. Take some time off for yourself.
Yes.
And if you can't, then do an economic blackout and a streaming blackout and just chill.
Just literally take a nap.
We can do it.
Take a nap.
We can do it. People are more receptive to it. People are asking, what do we do now? And we're like,
the People's Sick
Come on.
Day.
Come
Come
on.
over here.
Come on.
peoplesickday.com.
Come on.
Join the
Let me talk
Discord.
to you real quick.
We've got list of demands. It's been organized. Everyone can participate in some manner. I think that's the next step. We all think that's the next step. Keep protesting, but I think we gotta take it up a notch because we got the numbers. Oh, the numbers are beautiful.
It's there. If every person that showed up took off work, we would be well on our way to having this shit wrapped the fuck up.
Europe is looking at us like we'd have this shit wrapped in a bow by February.
Europe's like, are you guys bitches or something?
They're like, are you guys scared?
You guys have all those guns and you like shoot people all the time, but like, what are you doing? The
Literally
fuck?
all of Italy stopped working so that they would send a flotilla.
And what they do, they sent the flotilla. Them. They got that shit quick. They got it like the next day.
And it wasn't even
for like,
Italy. It was to help a flotilla to go to Gaza.
And we're over here like, but
it's the holidays and I gotta go to work. I gotta go to work. I can't not work.
And then we're also like, okay, sure, if you can't work, then don't spend any money and then don't stream. Like, yeah, but
how am I gonna eat?
But how am I gonna watch Jersey Shore Family Vacation?
Yeah, what else am I gonna do at home?
You want me to stay at home and do nothing?
Read a fucking book. Take a fucking nap. Clean your house top to bottom. Call your friend. What's up with your friend? Take a shower. Take a bath.
Anything.
Find that iPod that you've had since 2005. Take a listen.
Bust it out.
Busted.
Clean the house to that.
I'm talking My Humps on repeat. Scrub those baseboards. Pretend like it's 2007.
You'll get it done.
You'll get it done. And then it'll only take 24 hours if we all participate. And it'll feel so good after.
We can do it.
We can do it.
We can do it. You guys are getting receptive, so let's do it. And something that we can ask for while we do this strike, we can ask to stop sending weapons to Israel because another ceasefire was called between them and Gaza. They laid out the terms, or them and the Hamas. Excuse me. The terms were to return bodies from each party. There was just like the split screen of like the ones that were returned, the Palestinians that were returned. You can see the PTSD was there. The 1,000-yard stare was there. But meanwhile, the Israelis that were let free, they were like, "Oh, goodbye! Like, can't wait to see you guys again."
Let's spend some time.
And it's like you can't defend Israel. Like you can't defend them. And then the bodies that also Israel returned, they were missing organs and bruised and handcuffed still. So it's like, it's so fucking barbaric. They're literally barbarians. They violated the ceasefire the same day.
Not even hours.
They do this every time. They violated over 200 ceasefires. Why does anybody think that they are going to stick to a ceasefire? Like,
it didn't work with Putin.
And some of the Palestinians,
Putin,
like,
no, stop.
I almost feel bad for laughing because the ones where they're like being sarcastic and they're like, oh man, like we finally got the ceasefire, it's finally happened, and there's literally gunfire going in the background. And like, I almost feel bad for laughing, and I'm like, oh my God, this is their reality. They're able to they're literally making jokes so they don't cry. And I'm just like, should I even laugh at this? Because that's fucking terrible. Like, there's bombs and gunshots going off in the background.
It's immediate, and the crazy part is that they aren't getting the news. It's kind of like how I feel like other countries are like, are you guys not getting the news? Because why do we know more about what's happening in America than you do? But now think of it for Palestinians, those in Gaza who are getting the news that there's a ceasefire, and they're not getting all this information that we know, that Trump's tried a ceasefire with Putin, with Russia and Ukraine, and that didn't last a day, and Putin broke that immediately. That we've had missiles go to Iran. All of the stuff that we know from the past, they don't know about that. So in their mind, they're like, oh, he did it. Oh, he did it. And they're celebrating in the street, and we're all here like, they don't know. They don't know.
No.
They don't know. And they're not listening to his interviews about, Trump Casino and beachside resort. And he's like, we gotta like, burn it all down pretty much. Flatten it. And then not only that, but hours later, they were like, you need to clarify what you just said. And he was like, well, we got to get the people out. But you have no plan as to where are you going to do what you did with South Africa? Are you going to let them come in as refugees? Because I know he's not going to let them come here as refugees. Nope. We got to start using our critical thinking. And that's the part that made me so upset, is I'm watching them celebrate in the street, and I know they don't know what actually happened.
Yeah, that fuck.
They don't know.
Not cool. Not fucking cool. But we'll have more on that the next ceasefire they decide to violate.
Just gear up, because this is not over. It's not anywhere near over.
That's why we got to get our own house in order so we can actually help them out.
Speaking of house, Trump is literally bulldozing part of the White House to build his ballroom that he's been going on and on about since months and months. Yeah, no, he's not using his money or his donors' money to build hospitals, clinics for veterans, anything that literally helps any people. He is building a ballroom to host his billionaire Nazi parties. That is his gold Nazi ballroom. They have started demolishing part of the East Wing, which is wild, because you guys know the history of the White House, that in the past, in order to change anything that would involve taking out flooring, would mean like public forums, like lots of people okaying it, lots of oversight. And this was fast track. There was no public commentary on that. Like, they were like, you got the donors. Oh, you're not using taxpayer money, so you can do whatever you want then. Go for it. Just knock the whole thing down. And of course, we don't know who their donors are. Yeah, but you can take a gander as to who donated to a gold ballroom that's going to have the Arctic Trump in it.
Hey.
Yeah, no federal review and none of that. They are obviously not doing White House tours, so the actual people can't see the people's house.
It's just the image was just like a macrocosm of this administration. A wrecking ball to the fucking White House. Like, what other image do you need to describe what the fuck is happening on a daily basis?
My thing is like, come on, MAGA, open your eyes. This was their thing is, it's not like they're using our money. He's using his money. Okay, and if that's the case, if he's using his money and his donors' money, why doesn't he build that at Mar-a-Lago?
How do we even know if that's true?
There's no
PR
oversight on
money.
this. There's absolutely
They
no
lie.
oversight. They do. They lie. But even if, I'll give you that, even if it's his own money and his donors' money has nothing to do with our money, our budget, anything like that, why won't he do it at Mar-a-Lago? He's only here for a couple years.
And who the fuck is still donating this guy money? All he does is lose people money.
And
Who
so,
the fuck is still donating money to this asshole?
Billionaires.
There's no return on investment. It's like a 0% chance you're getting a return on your investment. Like, ever. Your business either goes under or you go to jail or you die. Like, those are your three options when you get in bed with this dude.
It's alarming, very alarming. Guys, just gear up. Guys, gear the fuck up. There's a lot of conspiracies around this, that he's not leaving, and that's why he's, redone the Rose Garden and redone the Ballroom. We're not going to dive into those conspiracies. I think that he is doing them so that history will have its eyes on him, that it will be his ballroom even when he's long gone, that'll be his Rose Garden when he's long gone. And he doesn't, in his mind, doesn't think a Democrat will ever win back the Oval Office. So all of his MAGA, his JD Vances, all of the people he has set up to run and continue to win after him will continue to add to the beautiful Ballroom and Rose Garden and all the wings, and just turn it into, the side of the road Trump merch store that he wants it to be.
We got to keep being mad so we can get him the fuck out.
Yep.
And one of the ways we need to do that is we need to fucking get our shit straight when it comes to voting and not do what the fuck we did last year in November. So starting off with voting stuff, we had the Supreme Court listening to oral arguments for Louisiana versus Callais. Now, I've been listening to people that were smarter than me because I thought we were fucking cooked for a little bit. I was down bad for a little bit. So when these oral arguments were happening, apparently the Voting Rights Act wasn't even like argued. So it was like kind of crazy that has been like the topic, but like people who listened to the entire 3 to 4 hour oral argument, they were like, we don't know where that came into play. So basically it's not the Voting Rights Act that was being argued. It was Louisiana versus Callais. So in that case, the court in Louisiana had found a specific district in Louisiana was redrawing maps unfairly. Louisiana court said, no. You can't do that because you are trying to dilute the black vote. So 6 white people in that district were like, that was a densely populated by black people. They were like, well, wait a minute, it's not fair. These maps are not fair because our vote is diluted and we're white and we are in a densely black community. So this is not fair to us. So this needs to be heard out by us. These maps need to be redrawn fairly to cater to us. So that is where they have their legal standing, because they are a minority. Like I'm almost like, I mean, yeah, they got it. Like
Okay.
From a fucking legal standpoint, yeah, the white people are a minority amongst the black people in that district, and they're like, we want these maps redrawn. That is what that case is. White people trying to be victims again. Like, sorry, that's.
Is this what it's like to be a minority? Because I don't like it. Wait, I need somebody to help me. Somebody help me.
They said, wait, I know what it feels like to be black for all of 4 seconds, and I don't like it.
I need to go to court immediately.
I need to go to the Supreme Court now. Because I felt what it's like to be black for a couple seconds.
All 5 of my white friends and my white neighbors are going to SCOTUS now.
Hey, if you don't like it, you can leave. So yeah, that's what that is. We will report more on that. Their decision is not supposed to come until like July of next year, of course, right before midterms. But even with that, they're projected not to even have their maps redrawn before them, but we know they're already going to have it.
We got to keep our eye
They're going to pull the trigger. So, well, listen, they can redistrict, they can do what they want, but they're losing support. They're losing votes. So this is why this is happening, because they're like, fuck, bots can't vote.
They can
As
only
I said,
annoy us on the internet. That's as far as they can go.
And another way that they're trying to show us that they are fucking horrified, they said, let's take the SAVE Act and remix it.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, let's go even larger. Let's go bigger. Because so, if you remember, the SAVE Act was to require women to show passport, birth certificate, what have you, whatever type of credentials to show that you are a U.S. citizen, so you could vote. But hey, if you have your last name changed, it needs to match your birth certificate or your passport or your license, or you're fucked. So they tried to stop women from voting. We clocked it. We said, hey, no, we don't like that shit. Fucking cut it out. No way. They said, damn it, we thought you guys weren't going to pay attention. We're back, though. So a bunch of right-wing groups were trying to lobby the Election Assistance Commission to do what, you ask? To have everyone provide passport, license, and a birth certificate so that they can vote. The audacity. They said, we got shot down. We're going to do it for everybody.
They literally said, I'll bet everyone's going to get it.
Yep. So they tried to do it through a website, through the Election Assistance Commission, but we put out a active resistance for the People's Sick Day. Shout out to Caress for bringing this one up, and because the deadline was today, it's on the 20th. So you had until
by the time you guys hear this.
Yeah. It was for midnight tonight, and just simply putting in a comment saying that you do not support this. We do not support having to show proof of being a U.S. citizen to vote, because again, it's a poll tax. It's a poll tax. It's discriminatory. It's ableist. Like it's everything. Is everything. People think it's, oh, well, why shouldn't you be able to do that? Because not everybody has access to these things. Not everybody has the access to be able to get these things. Yeah.
And they shouldn't too. It shouldn't be like, I want your entire discography of your life in order for you to register to vote. That is not, like, that means that voting isn't a right anymore.
It's not.
You are saying, show me your, I need every paper you've ever received, all of them.
Show me your papers.
Why is it no longer a thing? But this is not an issue. You are making an issue of something that's not an issue. They literally swear an oath that they are a citizen. That is a felony. It is a felony for you to vote in a U.S. election if you are not a citizen. And it is not an issue. But you're making it an issue. Because that's not the problem. You just don't want actual citizens to vote. You don't want citizens who can't afford to go get a passport to vote. Citizens that are married women to go vote. You don't want minorities to go vote. You don't want college kids to go vote. That's what it is.
We clocked it.
And we're clocking it every turn. Every step you take, we'll be watching you.
We're going to get up on these phones and we're going to say, hey, they're trying it again. No. We also see that you're trying to redistrict North Carolina. We see it. We're very aware. We're awake. I'm sure that's going to go to some type of court. I mean, it'll happen. But again, redistrict all you want. But like William Mark said when we interviewed him, by them doing this, it makes these other districts more competitive, because you're also pushing Dems into more Republican areas. So,
and it's not going to save you, because you can continue to redistrict and hope that your people aren't waking up and not going to vote for you anyway. Like, to me, you should be more focused on trying to win back voters that you are actively harming. But instead, you're going to redistrict. At the end of the day, they still have to go out and vote for you. And that's becoming a problem, because they're not going to vote for you. If you continue on this path, they're already waking up. So the more you screw them over, the more they wake up. Then it doesn't matter what you did to redistrict, because they didn't vote for you anyway. So it's really not helping you in this situation. But you're just going to continue to do it. You're putting a lot of trust that your approval ratings aren't tanking.
And listen, your plan's already not going according to, to planned. Yeah. So let's see. Your Project 2025 was supposed to be done by now.
Too bad judges that even you appointed Trump are like, no,
you're
about
crazy.
that. No, thank you. Miss me with that shit.
Shout out to Biden for appointing all those judges before he left.
Hell yeah. He said, good luck.
Mm-hmm. He said, listen, I'm going to leave y'all high and dry, but I'm going to
I'll
leave
do
you a
a
little something.
I'll leave you with something.
A little something.
And you know what? Sure. Thanks, Biden.
You guys got the rest. You'll figure it out. You'll be all right.
Well, if you guys are needing some Hope Core, boy, do I have some Hope Core. Never skip a Hope Core video. If you have been on TikTok, you might already see this body cam footage that came out from this past Wednesday. But in Florida, there was a ICE agent named Scott Diesroth, and he was pulled over in broad fucking daylight on like a 1 p.m. on Wednesday, completely drunk, driving with his kids in the back seat. Now, this interaction went down exactly how you would expect a ICE agent from Florida driving drunk in broad daylight to go. He immediately said, I'm an ICE agent, because duh, they need the attention. He was like, I'm one of you. LOL.
Federal.
And then the cop was like, I don't really care that you're one of me. I can smell the alcohol coming off of you. And then he was like, well, I'm federal, so I'm above you. And then he said, get out of the car. Then he gets out of the car and fails all of the field sobriety tests.
After the cop was so gracious with him.
The cop even let him, so many chances to do these field sobriety tests while the guy's like, what are we doing here? Come on, buddy. So after all of that, now ICE agent's mad because the cops are no longer his best buddy. So then he's like, you know what? I'm going to clock into work. I'm going to ask you where you're from, little cop man. Where are you from? Are you Haitian? Are you here legally?
And the main guy that pulled him over was like, that doesn't matter. And he was like, yes, it does.
You are drunk in broad daylight.
Mm-hmm.
And so how do you think it ends, guys? Well, of course, this man's life is crumbling. He's getting a divorce. So we all need to be nice to him. His wife is leaving him. I wonder why. And then he ended with a plea for them not to take his kids.
That's when I started smiling.
Sounds familiar. You know, somebody pleading with officers not to take their kids away from them. Concepts of, you know, whatever you want it to be.
Good.
I hope you enjoy your jail cell.
I hope his wife.
I hope she gets full custody.
Full custody, alimony.
Said, hand that body camera footage over to me. You're gonna have multiple court hearings.
He's done.
His kids have just been taken away from him. And here's the thing. This went down exactly as all of us would have suspected. Like, everybody in the comments were like, yep, this could be a training video. But what I will say, the Do Not Comply in Advance award does go to these Florida cops, because they could have been like, yeah, he's one of us. A lot of times they cover for each other. They were no BS. When he said, I'm federal, he said, get the fuck out of the car. Get out of the car. We're done. Get out of the car.
He saw him tear gassing his brothers in blue in Chicago.
Come on, guys. And my thing is, why aren't you working? You're an ICE agent, right? And you're doing this for free. You're doing this for the love of the game. Why aren't you at work on a Wednesday at 1 p.m.?
Driving around drunk with
Since you guys love to say that we don't have jobs on a Saturday, when most of us don't work on Saturdays to go peaceful protest, why wouldn't a nice agent be working on a Wednesday at 1 p.m.? Better yet, on a day off, if it was your day off, you couldn't even get to 1 p.m. without being plastered with your kids.
Sad.
Yeah, it tracks.
Terrible.
It really does track. So never skip a Hope Corps video. Go watch the body cam if you would like to smile and go, It's great.
So fucking good. All right. So, more corruption. We are bailing out Argentina for what? I don't know. I don't fucking know. It was $20 billion, and then Argentina said, "Can we have more money, please?" And Trump said, "Yeah, sure, double it, 40. Fuck the farmers. Fuck them. They don't even care."
You guys are first to come to my ballroom when it's finished, too.
Yeah, America first. I don't know what that is. Argentina first, okay? And then next week I'm gonna make the actual tinfoil hat. But so let's pretend right here. So tinfoil hat. Listen, it's not even really tinfoily, but I mean America or fascists, tend to have a real nice relationship with Argentina, especially the Nazi type during World War II, because that's where they fled. The ones that weren't recruited to the fucking US government for Operation Paperclip, a lot of them fled to Argentina to go live there. I think it was called the Rat Trail line or something like that. And I mean, that fits. There's literally a whole section of Argentina that speaks German. So yeah, people are, we're seeing some things, because we're seeing Kristi Noem get 2 private jets for 172 mil on our dime. They're giving Argentina a whole bunch of money for, I don't know, they got a Qatar jet. Where are you guys going? Where are you going? Curtis Yarvin said, you know what? I think we need to have an exit plan, because Trump's just doing a bunch of vanity projects. He's just trying to make a new ballroom. He's not even following the fucking plan anymore. What a shock. You couldn't get the fucking insane dementia patient to stay on plan. I'm so surprised. He said, we got to start working on our exit plan, because if these motherfuckers get powers again, we're done for.
I'm so cooked. They're going to hold us so accountable for our actions.
He said that,
we gotta go.
And now motherfuckers they're getting jets. They're sending money to Argentina. So
why does Kristi need 2 private jets?
Where are you going?
For who? For who?
What's wrong with the way you're traveling now? Where are you going? Why do you need
going?
2? Kristi Noem doesn't have friends.
$172 million for 2 private jets
of our money. So don't ever let these assholes tell you the money isn't there.
We're in a government shutdown.
When this is all said and done, we're keeping the same fucking energy. Same fucking energy for a Democratic president and elected officials. Hey, we saw them pull that money out of their butt for anything they fucking want.
Oh, yeah.
So where's the healthcare at?
Yeah.
Where is it? You have
going off script now because I was supposed to do government shutdown after Pentagon. But I'm going to talk about it now because we're already talking about it. Yeah, we're still in a government shutdown. We are 20 days in. There is not an end in sight. Want to know why? Because Mike Johnson keeps saying, go the fuck home. Why? Because he refuses to swear in Adelita because he does not want 218 signature. He needs to get one of those 4 Republicans to redact their name, and he needs time. And it's not working. ICE is now getting paid. There was a lot of back and forth whether they were getting paid because there were special provisions and all this stuff. Well, now they are getting paid. Even though they would do it for the love of the game and have been doing it for the love of the game, they're now getting paid. There's a back and forth on whether the military is going to get paid. At first, Trump didn't know if they deserved to be paid. That caused a lot of issues. So now they're backtracking. Okay, military, you're probably going to get paid. Those who are getting ready to hopefully have food stamps available for the next month, that's getting shut off on November 1st. Keep in mind, 2 private jets for Kristi Noem, $40 billion for Argentina, a whole gold ballroom being built right now. And as all of this is happening, we've got Mike Johnson continuing to just run his fucking mouth and tell Adelita that she should get to work, even though she's not sworn in. That this is not an excuse for her not to start serving her constituents for fucking free. I'm not swearing you in, but that doesn't mean you don't work.
Go do your job.
And she said, I've been here ready to do my job. Swear me in, because you swore in the 2 Republicans within 24 hours. Oh, because her family was there? I'm here. All my people are here. Let's go.
We're at your office.
He's like, no can do, because the difference between then and now is the Epstein files. So you're just going to have to work for free.
This shutdown, again, it's not going to plan according to plan, because they planned for it. They planned for the shutdown in Project 2025. They said October 1st, government shutdown. But here's the thing. They said that Democrats would cave after 3 days.
Yes. It was,
because they didn't account for free will. They just thought everyone was just going to say, oh, no.
They didn't account for the Epstein files being in play. They didn't account for Republicans starting to wake up, the Marjorie Taylor Greens of the world, to say, shoot, this is bad, and I'm QAnon, and I can't not be about the Epstein files, and I also, my constituents are going to get so fucked.
They're blaming us? Oh, we didn't think they were going to blame us.
I don't have anything better to do with my life. I don't have any other redeeming qualities. I have to stay in office, so I got to turn my back on MAGA. They were not counting on that. And they were not counting on the Dems being as strong as they're being right now, especially when they folded so easily back in February and in April. They're not doing that anymore because they know we're done.
They're like, oh, they're back.
There's an army of pitchforks behind them. One wrong move. So they're holding strong. That was not accounted for in Project 2025, and that's why they are scrambling. They're like, oh, fuck. So keep up the good work, guys. I know none of us want a government shutdown. This shit sucks. But at the end of the day, look at how many people are waking up. The optics are not good, my friends. They're not good. All about the narrative at this point. What's also not looking good, the Pentagon. So another do not comply in advance. All the reporters from AP News, New York Times, CBS, NBC, even Fox News, all packed their shit up and left the Pentagon. As we all know, Pete Hegseth was like, all y'all gotta sign this fucking waiver if you want to be here. Y'all have been roaming all the halls of the Pentagon with no oversight, and you think that you can just ask whatever questions you want like you're some sort of news reporter / journalist. That's not how things are gonna go here. So now you only answer to us. We tell you what news we want you to know. You don't ask any questions. You get an escort wherever we want to escort you, point blank period, or get the fuck out. And they all said, all right, I'm gonna head out. They all left except for obviously OANN, far right journalists that were known to spread complete propaganda, especially during the 2020 election. That says all it needs to say, that they're staying. Here's the thing. They've never been able to just roam throughout the Pentagon. That is, could you imagine? Just going into whatever door they want? That was never happening. There is press areas. It is so evident. It's not like
they have desks.
Lock and key. They literally have their own section that they're in. And
they work there.
It's literally, that's what I mean. They had to pack up their office because they had offices there and walk out. So they were saying that this is obviously a full-on attack of transparency. They're saying, Hegseth saying that this is national security. Obviously, Trump's, on the dick-sucking train, that the press is disruptive. Disruptive to who? Democracy? Public knowledge of what's happening at the Pentagon with our military?
People who want to know things.
People who want to know things. Now, here's the thing. That doesn't mean we're not going to get any news. They're just going to have to figure out another way to get said news. But at the end of the day, this is a do not comply in advance, because they all could have signed that stupid waiver and been like, we're just slaves to the Pentagon now. And they were like, you know what? No, we'll see ourselves out.
We'll probably hear more whistleblowers.
Obviously an issue. Do not get me wrong, an issue. But a do not comply in advance award to every reporter that packed their office up and walked the fuck out.
Another thing that did not go according to plan, because in the Nazi playbook, you need to control the media. We did this back in Germany. They had them sign the pledges, and they all said, "Oh fuck yeah, whatever. Yeah, we'll just cover it the way you need."
And it's us, guys. That's us. That is us. How, you guys know we've been on the internet screaming that we don't trust mainstream media anymore. They fold easily. They take people off the air. Jimmy Kimmel, Stephen Colbert, immediate taking them off the air. We were like, fuck that. We will independent media this bitch to the max. We will become the news reporters. Do not try us. This is them going.
They hear us.
They hear us.
They said, shit, we're not about to be Disney. They said, we're not about to be Disney. You know what, Pete? You're on your own, brother. All right. These people watch our shit.
When you want actual news about the Pentagon, let OANN run it and your people can listen to it. But us over here, we're going to head on out. Hope you have a good time at the Pentagon. It's been fun. So do not comply in advance to all those news stations. We still don't trust you, but, And rounding out the week with, yes, that really did happen. Shocking news to no one. George Santos got freed from prison. Of course. He's just slap on the
he's a
wrist.
criminal, so
You know,
it's criminal administration. Another criminal to the fold.
they're criminaling. They're going to do what criminals do. Let criminals go. It's shocking to no one, but yes, it really did happen. He did get released. I honestly thought he'd be released sooner. They let him sit in there for a little bit. They said, you could wait. That's what's actually funny about it. Next, we have the leaked Telegram chat showing that, yeah, Republicans are Nazis.
Not shocking.
Republican Nazis are Naziing in broad daylight, just in chats. And then JD Vance is saying, but they're just kids. Mind you, most of the people in this chat were over the age of 30. But God forbid we want a peaceful protest. Apparently, we hate America, and Antifa is an organization. Mm-hmm. And we all need to lose our jobs because we said Kirkchella wasn't fun. God forbid we call out the pyrotechnics at Kirkchella. Mm-hmm. We all lose our jobs. Okay? Mm-hmm. But saying Nazi shit is just kid stuff. Just let these 34-year-olds be kids. Okay, their frontal lobes have only just developed 10 years ago. They're still
Sometimes kids are fascists. Come on.
And then all of our eyes were violated. Time magazine cover with Trump's nussy. Just full. They didn't even airbrush that shit.
Put it all, lips, full neck, nussy. Lip, and all. Just
dangling.
That and the fully
the ear fully intact.
Covered ear. Huh.
Haters say that's AI.
Yeah, they airbrushed it, I bet.
They airbrushed the ear, but not the nussy.
That nussy was crazy. Now I know why these dudes are obsessed with him. They want that shit, but they want to be in that nasty work.
And a lot of you have it framed, and that
y'all are nasty.
Nasty.
Y'all are nasty.
Nasty.
Wanting that nussy.
Next is something we talked about already. JD Vance beefing with Harry. Harryism. All right, what the fuck is going on?
Leave it alone, Harry. Don't feed the trolls.
Harry, don't do it. If you are, be like, I'm just a kid.
I'm just a boy.
You can't be mad at me. I'm just a kid. I'm younger than the 34-year-old Republican Nazis. Come on now. He's like 20. You have a chance to do something funny, Harry. Do the funny thing. And last but not fucking least, this Saturday, not only was it the No Kings protest, but it was, look at how big my dick is fest. Over in California, JD Vance showed up for the 205th Marine anniversary, and they said, I want to show you my big dick missiles. I'm just going to shoot a missile off because it's just going to be so fucking cool. It's going to scare all of you freaking Antifa because we're going to use this on you. And they were like, you know what? Why don't we don't do that? How about we don't do that? They're like, we're going to just fire off live rounds. Well, they did that. Fired off live rounds, and shrapnel came flying out of the sky and hit JD Vance's patrol detail vehicles and came within feet of the officers. Shrapnel.
You missed. Just like Iran, you missed.
Not only that,
get better aim.
They also decided to have a dress rehearsal on Friday where they fired said live rounds just to make sure. You just got to make sure you know that your live rounds are live rounding. And they decided they didn't have to tell anybody that they were doing that. Definitely not state officials. Then nobody needed to know that. Somebody was like, was that fireworks or was that a fucking missile? So I guess just look around for flying shrapnel whenever JD Vance is around.
That's it, guys. That is the macrocosm. Bulldozer to the White House, shrapnel falling from the fucking sky on the highway in California. The country's not functioning if you haven't noticed.
But Antifa, though. Domestic terrorists. Unicorns, frogs. That's what we need to be scared of, guys. Not live rounds, shrapnel flying from the sky, feces being dropped by fighter jet pilot Trump. The history books are going to go crazy.
Wild.
Our kids are going to be like in history class, just like, what the fuck
were you guys
drugs
doing?
Were all of you on?
Why did you guys bring him back? Like, hey, that wasn't us.
That wasn't me.
I didn't do that.
That wasn't me.
I did what I understood the assignment. Okay.
I, for one, listen to black women. Unfortunately, not a lot of people did. Not enough people did.
The kids are going to be like, wait, so this was completely avoidable?
Wait, so
they wrote it down?
Because they didn't think that she had a strong enough stance on Gaza?
Hold on. They wrote their plan down. They said all the fucked up shit they were gonna do, and they told you guys, and you
I've never
guys
seen
still
that
said,
before.
"Hell yeah, let's put him in." That's what happened.
They said, but he said he didn't read it. He didn't know anything about it.
Hires everyone. Fucking hated here.
Well, I'm gonna become a history teacher just so I can teach that part only. Let me teach this part of history.
Well, if you enjoyed this archive of history, this is gonna be in the digital history books.
Digital history book.
We're documenting this bullshit.
Homeschooling your kids, just show them our episodes every week.
Just show us this. So yeah, if you enjoyed this digital history archive, go follow us on TikTok, Substack, YouTube.
Wait, Devin, tell them
Instagram.
who's following us.
The Hulk, the Avenger, Mark Ruffalo himself
Hulk
followed us.
The Avengers assembled, and they said,
on Instagram,
we like what Blue-Lusional has to say. So Mark Ruffalo himself has followed us on Instagram. So if you're not following us and Mark Ruffalo is, I don't know what to fucking tell you.
Crazy.
Because that man only follows 1,000 people, and we are one of them.
Yeah. So for you people who like need to follow trends and like do something, like see somebody cool do something before, yeah, Mark Ruffalo fucks with us. So
yeah, he fucks with us.
That.
I'm still not over it. I dropped to the ground. We had one video go very viral on Instagram. None of our videos have really popped off, and that one has like 600,000 views. It went crazy. And Mark Ruffalo liked it, reposted it. I said, that's my face on his Instagram. And then
basically best friends.
Devin sent me him following us, and I literally opened it, looked, it registered, and I literally dropped to the floor.
I said, hold up, let me not hit the follow button yet. Let me just show that it says follow back. He followed us first. Mark Ruffalo followed us first. I fear nobody hyped that up. Nobody hyped that up enough. Nobody. Can't tell us shit.
I sent it to everyone. I said, all of you get some of you get like maybe a B+ for your reactions. That Mark fucking Ruffalo followed us, but I'm not gonna forgive some of you for your like non-reactions to a whole ass Avenger following us.
Treason.
None of you are getting invited to hang out with us and Mark Ruffalo. And Mark Ruffalo, if you're watching this, please come on our podcast.
Yes, please.
We're just like send us a video. You like fight the good fight. That way I'll die. That if I was already on the floor from you following us, if you made a video and acknowledged us, I would just die. Like I don't do parasocial relationships. That parasocial relationship I'm doing. Oh,
if he acknowledges us, I'm telling everyone we're best friends. I'm gonna lie.
That parasocial relationship's gonna go so hard. I'm gonna pretend this is my phone as a contact.
I'm gonna leverage that. It's gonna be like the ultimate lying on your resume. I'm gonna say, Mark Ruffalo, he followed us. Yeah. Like we didn't even really know who he was, but he like followed us, and they're like, "Oh, that's that guy in those Marvel movies." Hell yeah, yeah. No, we're like best friends. We go to brunch all the time.
Brunch today because we don't work. We don't have jobs.
So we just go to brunch.
Mark Ruffalo pays us.
And we get paid by George Soros, so that's why
Mark Ruffalo just pays us.
Yeah, I'm lying my ass off.
Disney pays us. The Avengers pay us.
Yeah, we're actually
the Avengers.
I'm gonna go to Trump levels of lying.
I just want to be an honorary Avenger of democracy. An Avenger for democracy. Just give us that title, and I'll be good. I won't reach out to you ever again.
Expect a DM.
We gotta work on it. So it doesn't sound weird.
Yeah.
Hey, Mark.
Hey, Mark. Saw you like the vid.
Saw you gave us a follow. So does that make us Avengers for democracy?
So, like, are we going to be in the next movie?
So are you going to come on the podcast for free?
So, yeah.
But just so you know, Mark Ruffalo fucks with us. So if you fuck with us, Mark Ruffalo fucks with you. That's how that part. So now if you're listening and you are subscribed and you follow us, you can say Mark Ruffalo fucks with you. Mm-hmm. That's how this works.
There you go. So follow us because Mark Ruffalo follows us and we put out good content. So TikTok, Instagram, Substack, YouTube, Spotify, Blue Sky, Skylight.
All of them.
I guess that's everything. Just everything. We're everywhere. Go to the link on the
Just
bottom.
look up Blue-Lusional socials.
Yeah. And we'll be back on Thursday with another grassroots candidate interview.
Fun one.
We got some good ones coming.
Yes. All right, guys. See you Thursday. Bye.
Bye.